Hello everyone, this is CJ Novo 992 and today we are back with another brand new video. Today's video, unfortunately, we have to stop celebrating that fantastic result and fantastic victory over the Feyenoord team and their support. If you know, you know. Ow, you're back. But anyway, we have a new challenge to try and overcome, and that is what we're here to discuss and break down in today's video. And first up, let's look at the opposition and look at the team that we are up against in St Johnstone. And it's been a very weird season so far for St Johnstone. I mean, you go right to the very first game of the season, they got absolutely spanked 7-0 off Celtic. I mean, if that was a boxing match, Apollo Creed would have been killed twice. And it wasn't even just the fact that the scoreline was 7-0 and maybe they gave a good fight and they were just caught by better finishing. They gave up after 2-0. Anyone who saw the highlights and saw how they played and heard the manager's reaction after the game, he lambasted these players for putting their heads down and just giving up after the second goal went in. And after that result, they were absolute odds-on favourites to get relegated because they looked like a team who had given up and they had nothing left in their system. That's what it looked like after the first game. Well, since that hammering defeat and they got absolutely roasted by everyone, they've been slowly but surely grinding out results, picking up draws versus Hibs. They've drew with Aberdeen and they drew with the very impressive Livingston, who we just played last week, and we know how good they are. Now, I know they still haven't won a game of football and they sit second bottom when I'm currently recording today's video, but if you look into those draws, they were teams that were battering them because St Johnstone are notoriously slow starters this season. I mean, they just didn't look like they turn up for about 15-20 minutes in, and the opposition has took the lead against them, but they've not took their chances, and it's allowed the door for St Johnstone to wake up and grind back into the game. So that's definitely something we need to be wary of going into this game of football. Every draw that they've had this season, they've actually been behind in and they've managed to rally back. So when we do take the lead in this game of football, we need to be a lot more clinical than we were on Thursday. And speaking of the game on Thursday, by the way, you know how fun it was just to see two teams playing football the right way, attacking each other and actually trying to win a game? Both teams trying to win a game? Aye, remember how fun that was? Well, that's the exact opposite of what will be happening tomorrow. Good football? Nah. Park the bus. Let's do it. And it's crap to say, but we should be mentally preparing ourselves for another game of football where Rangers are just constantly just trying to attack and the other team has basically their centre forward in their box. And if I'm honest with you, that's just kind of broken down St Johnstone's start to the season. It's been very, very disappointing. But again, they've showed signs of picking up and grinding out results. But now, though, it's time to turn our attentions to what we're all here to discuss. And that is Rangers. And let's dive right into the squad rotation because I'm sure a lot of you guys, like myself, were interested to see what Gerrard was going to be saying because we have a big squad. We just played on Thursday. What we're going to do, are we going to chop and change the entire team? Well, Gerrard actually was very open and honest about the old squad rotations, confirming that there will be tweaks to the starting 11, but there won't be drastic changes overall. Now, before we go any further down the old rotations rabbit hole for a brief moment, one of the biggest takeaways I had from the official Rangers press conference, which you can find on the official Rangers YouTube channel, was the fact that Gerrard continually talked about the way the SFA has made this game an early kickoff on Sunday, even going as far to say you'd think your own league would help its teams out, but instead they've done the exact opposite and made it harder. Which, when I heard these dialogue about this, made me want to pause the video, stand up and attempt a backflip. Because it's about time someone steps up and calls the SFA out. The people in charge are honestly strangling the life out of the Scottish game. There's no other leagues in world football that hates and hurts itself as much as the Scottish Football League. No one's even close. We as fans of teams in Scottish football know how hard it is now for Scottish teams to qualify for European football. Hell, our reputation in the world football is so low, it's frightening. Our league is thought of nothing more than a nothing granny tin pot league. That's what they think about us. And the craziest part about the entire thing is it's the people in charge that's made it this way. Why on earth do an early kickoff when your team's kicked off at 8 o'clock on a Thursday night? Where is the sense in that? Even Celtic, they travel to, where was it, France or something like that, to play Rennes. They're doing an early kickoff. What is the point of doing it? Why not just do it at a normal time? I'm not asking for a couple of extra days so it all prefers the old firm teams. I'm not saying that, but just put it at the normal time on Sunday. Why agree to an early kickoff? And what's great about what I've just said is just go about and look, just type the other teams in who played on Thursday night, see what time they're kicking off at. No one is as early as Rangers. It's stupid. Anyway, let's move away from the absolute fandans that is the people in charge of Scottish football. And back to the rotations that we mentioned earlier on in today's video. Now, Gerrard has confirmed that no one is an injury doubt for the game that played on Thursday. It's just your standard bumps and bruises, so that is a positive there. However, he did confirm again that there will be tweaks to the starting 11. So I just wanted to ask you guys, open it up for you guys to share your opinions in the comments. Who are the players that he may tweak? And also, if you didn't mind just sharing your opinion, who would you like to see come in and be given a game versus St Johnstone? Hopefully you are sharing your opinion at this point in today's video, so while you guys are doing that, I will give you mine very, very briefly. I'd like to see Scotty Arfield given a rest, because to me, what's the point of having two for every position if we didn't swap it out every now and then? And I'm looking at this game of football as the perfect opportunity to rest Arfield. He just had his best game so far of the season, in my opinion, versus Feyenoord, but after the 55th minute, the guy couldn't move his eyebrows, so let's give him a little bit of rest and bring him in next week. And the other tweak to the old starting 11 should probably be Jermaine Defoe for Alfredo Morelos. Even though Morelos played absolutely outstanding on Thursday, if you've been paying attention to the old rotation from European football to league, that's the way it's been working, and I don't see Gerrard abandoning that tomorrow. The Helander and BB situation though is a little bit different. What do you do with those two? Helander was outstanding again on Thursday night. I know I'm saying that quite often because everyone pretty much did, but that guy was through in his first start since East Fife, and he played that well versus that level of opposition. What do you do with that? Like, do you reward him by dropping him, or do you continue it and once again drop Katic, who has been brilliant so far this season? What a headache the centre-back spot is for Rangers. And just to throw in my 2 cents, I think Katic will return for tomorrow's game. I think Helander will drop back out of the squad. However, I think BB will keep his place, because that was a high my name's Barisic style performance. He's announced himself now, showed what he can be capable of, so challenge him to do it a game versus St Johnstone. But again, that's just my opinion. That's not confirmed or anything. That's just looking at what Gerrard has done so far this season, and that's me just guessing. But again, share your opinions if you haven't done so already, because it is interesting and it's an exciting thing to see other people being passionate about other players. I mean, it wasn't so long ago that we only had about 6 good players, maybe even less than that, the more I think about it, and the rest of them was crap. But now we've got good players, and it's always interesting to see the debate. Now, before we wrap up and turn our attention to the team news, I just want to say my favourite thing about the entire press conference is when Gerrard was told that that's 75 matches now in charge of Rangers. His face, his smile, the way he reacted, and the fact that he said, time flies when you're having fun. Just, oh my god, I couldn't love the man more. That's pretty much what I'm saying. I couldn't love the guy anymore. And with that being said, it's now time to jump to the team news. Going to keep this one very brief. Again, Ryan Kent and John Flanagan will be missing the game of football. That's only 2 notable injury losses to the squad. They're still a couple of weeks away. Obviously, Flanagan had a hernia operation and Ryan tweaked his hamstring, so they're going to continue to nurse that. So 2 of them still a couple of weeks away. But as previously mentioned a couple of times in today's video, everyone else fully fit and ready to go. And that leads us perfectly over to the predictions part of today's video. And what's really annoying about this part is I've been 1 goal off every single prediction I've done this season. 1 goal. Even the 6 hammering of Hibs, I said 5. It's getting dumb now, lads. But I'm pretty confident with this one. I am going to go with Rangers 2, St Johnstone 0. Again, not the scoreline many will be predicting. I just think the anti-football style way, the pure pack the boss tactics, I think it'll be hard to get the first goal, but when we do, we'll sneak the second, and that will be the game managed from there. My goal scorers are going to be Jermaine Defoe, and I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go with a BB set piece, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. That's us all done and dusted. That's the press conference. That's the team news. That's the preview wrapped up in a neat little bow. Now it's time to jump over to Twitter and hear from the people. And now that me and thee have had their say, let's jump to the Twitter poll. There's been 1,102 votes. Thank you so much for getting involved. 2% votes for the draw, 3% votes for a St Johnstone win, but the far and away winner, obviously, is a 95% Rangers win. We'll love to see that. Bob Steele writes in, if we play like we did on Thursday night, we could win by 4 or 5. But I would take any win away from home against a team who will no doubt be playing the old 10-0-0 formation. Fair point. Danny Taylor writes in 4-0, mate. A dominant Rangers display. Cammy McFarlane writes in, yous will likely win 5 or 6-0. Hope we can turn Celtic over and make the title race happen. Best of luck. Thank you. Molly writes in 5-0 Rangers. Morelos, Arfield, Jack and Ojo. That's 4, Molly, but I'll allow it. Alan Douglas writes in, we're going to scud them 4 or 5-0. Kyle Hepburn, as my phone ring, writes in 4-0. Curtis writes in, going to be a frustrating game. 2-0 Rangers win with Defoe and Jack to score. Blue Rangers also writes in 2-0 to Rangers. Dale Valentine goes 3-1 Gers win with Defoe, Katic, Bonnebear to score, and O'Halloran to score for them. Stevie Bolton writes in 4-0 Rangers, Defoe to score 2, Dav and Morelos. Zefro writes in, I would take a comfortable 2-0 with Ojo and Defoe to score. And the last two that we'll actually read out, we'll go with Michael Belton, who writes in 2-0 Alfredo and Barisic. Very close to me there, Michael. I actually thought I predicted Morelos when I went like that. Then I realised that I said Defoe. And the last one we'll read out in tonight's video comes from George, and he writes in, I'll take a 2-0, Defoe and Davis with the goals. And Wee Lins writes in, if I stick money on this and it doesn't come up, you're in trouble. George then replies, that's plenty. And Wee Lins fires in with, just saying. Awesome. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. You've heard from the people. You've heard from myself. If you haven't done so already, you know what to do by now. Before we wrap up today's video, if you are new around here and you don't mind subscribing, that would be tremendous. And also shout out to the legends that is the people that supporting the channel on the Patreon's account. If you want to support the channel, the link for it, as always, is down there in the description below. And I've been Sage over and into. Thank you so much for watching, and bye.